All right. And we're in the office today. What's going on, everybody? It is I, the Caretographer, and we're bustling. Let me get these levels settled. Ooh, yes. Yes, sultry. Maybe a little more. Cool. So today I'm still plugging away. Hey Jamie, what's going on? Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. I saw that as I got on this morning. It was a nice little surprise with my coffee. Um, I'm not sure. I feel like sometimes, like I'll end my stream and then I'll look and I'll be like, oh, there's a couple follows. Like I must not have saw them come in, or I'm pretty sure I checked. I'm like 90% sure. I always check. I always check. And I'm just like, oh, like so. If I missed you, apologies, and I appreciate your patience. But today, yeah, we're plugging away here. So we have this commissionable we've been working on. I was having a lot of fun yesterday, just decorating the warehouse. Um, it's almost like I don't know. It's almost like it's so easy with Dungeon Alchemist that it's fun, right? I have all this plethora of assets, chests, closets, boxes, crates, etc. Right? And you're just clicking and dropping them in and just filling up the warehouse. It's like a little game, a mini game in and of itself. That's kind of what it felt like. So I did the first half of it yesterday. I think I'll do the second half of it today because when it's fun and when you're loving it, you just gotta like stay on it. Like when the inspiration's on, just keep the faucet on. Don't turn the faucet off. So that's where we're at today. How are you, Jamie? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Where it should be cleared out. I just run the first ad in the beginning to get rid of it, and then we're done for the whole episode. So you shouldn't have to worry about that, Jamie. Um, I'm doing really good. I had to run to a couple towns over to run an errand this morning, and I was like, oh, it's gonna eat into my time and my schedule. But then I get there and they're just like, oh, you have to sign off on this, and I was like, oh, I came all the way here to sign a paper. Like, okay, psh, see you later. Bye. I'm out of here. Bye. So I managed to get back and kind of slide in for my usual stream schedule, like around 11 noon is when I like to start. Um, but yeah, let's get the world up. Yeah, it's always nice when the errands are much shorter or easier than you expect. 'Cause sometimes it's the opposite. Most times it's the opposite. Nice, nice. You loving are you new to DA? I don't think I've seen you in Discord chat before. Hey, what's going on, Stormy? Looks like we got a couple more people finding their seats. We love it. We love it. I'm gonna go ahead and run over and grab my phone so I can have my stream management up for y'all. Huh, huh, run! Go quick! Ha, 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 ha. Yeah. Yes. Oh, we almost made it. We're almost there. We made it. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Da-dum, da-dum, ba-dum. Hey, well, that's all right. Everybody kind of, opens up at their own speed. And I definitely think, after sitting back and looking at the DA community, it might become more and more inviting as you witness, just kind of the good vibes. We're really what I think is the most interesting about the Dungeon Alchemist community is how similar all of us are. I forget who it was. Oh, it was Start Play. They were doing a stream the other day, and the dude was like, "Oh, like when we do polls, we sometimes we don't let dungeon masters do certain polls because dungeon masters have this curious nature about them in which they all kind of have to ask the question and they have to dig in and they want to know the mechanics of things and they get very interested in that stuff. But the same thing's true for map makers. How we're very tedious, we are meticulous. We will go the extra mile just to make one little iota of our map look the exact way we want it. Like when we see a new tool, we want to know everything about the tool so we know how to use that tool to all of its capabilities, right? So it's very comical in a sense how similar all of us map makers are, and with that, we all tend to have a lot of similarities and get along very well. It's a very inviting community in the map making community, especially over at Dungeon Alchemist. Yes, I did cut my hair, Jambit. If it's been a while, I donated my hair because it was A, too long for the hot summer, but B, I've always wanted to kind of do that, so it was a goal of mine, kind of. Yes, Jamie, if you don't know, I used to have very long hair down to past my shoulders. It's one of my favorite attributes. I love my hair. I can't always have it grown out. There's times in my life where it's been short, it's been long. But I think this was a time in my life where it was good. It was like a breath of fresh air almost. Um, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. So I think that's the cool thing about Dungeon Alchemist is here. Let me start clicking around here. I'm chatting. Um, what I think is cool is like I didn't Dungeon Alchemist isn't where I started making maps, right? Like you said, Jamie. I was making maps by myself with Photoshop, with GIMP, with all sorts of different stuff. My buddy gave me Dungeon Draft, which I dabbled around with that for a little bit. Um, so, it's not where I started, but when I started on Dungeon Alchemist, I fell in love. I was like, oh my god, this is everything I've been wanting in my brain that I kind of have to do all the steps and legwork for, anyways. But it's all done for me, and it not only that, but it comes with this crazy, beautiful resolution and light rendering to kind of just like to add to it that it's like, what don't you like about this program is really the question. And like, what doesn't it do for you? Um, and I love the duality of the program as well because like dungeon masters who don't really have a lot of time and just need some maps can do that very easily and quickly with this program. And then map makers such as ourselves can really sink our teeth into DA and create some beautiful pieces of art. um, yeah, yeah. How have you been, Jambit? It's been a minute. You haven't seen the hair. We're new. How are you? How have you been? We'll go to like here, I think. And then it's like whenever we're doing collisions off. Ew, ew. Collisions off, everybody. God, this. How how could I make such a mistake? You always come in and always like making one box, just like tilt a box here and there. Try to make them messy. Nice. Where'd you post them at, Jamie? In in community creations. Yeah, so this map is a commission that I've been working on. It's a recreation, but with Dungeon Alchemist, I kind of just take over and let the art come out. But what I'm trying to do is there's this picture here. This essentially is like a recreation of this map for my client. Um, They wanted this village redone in a actual battle map because what they had been doing, they found this map as like their general depiction of the town, and then they have separate battle maps that they use that aren't really representative of that map, that first map. So we're trying to like mesh the two together to make one thematic for this whole setting, which is a village that he will be playing out of for the extended period of his campaign. Oh boy, yeah, you're okay. All right, the work from home's gone on too long, hasn't it? The bosses and CEOs are really cringing. They're doing everything that they can to bring us back to the office, I'm sure. We wouldn't want to have healthy work standards now, would we? That's a horrible idea. Let's see. Some barrels. Nice. This is sideways. There are some stand-up barrels. We got those. We got these. I do wish that we could have the barrels without these things, but if you're smart about where you place your barrels, you can just make those little corks disappear, which is what I normally do. And I also wish that this was off of its stand, and or we had the option to. Like these are like minute things that'll probably happen in the future. And if I wanted to be, crude to myself, I could say, hey, Caretographer, you could also go into a 3D brusher and make your own sideways barrel. I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to go that far. We will go that far eventually, in at some point in my career. Back in March, and they just signed a lease, and they're doing a build out, and they're all, oh no, your time is nigh. Poor Jambit. Well, I recommend working several days next week with no pants, and really kind of, enjoying every bit of your your work from home freedom before it's gone. Pants are overrated. I don't think they're necessary for work. We're just duressed into wearing them because society. Good to hear. I've been rather well. I've been getting healthier and healthier with my recovery. Almost a year in November, so I've been kind of just working at the working at the bit. I got the exercise bike. A lot of great stretches I've been doing. Um, my stamina's getting a bit longer and longer. Moments where you don't have to wear pants. No, it's not about that. It's about asserting their dominance and pushing their finger down on their employees. Yeah, so I've been really good. I start a new job Monday, so I'm excited about that. Not to worry, all my viewers, as it is kind of a call-in job at the hospital, so I won't be done streaming. I will still have several days a week. I think I'll be able to stream at my regular hour. And then, stream days that I don't, you can probably look to see more streams in the evening as I'll start getting back into my D&D schedule. So I might switch a bit of my workload over into the evening cycle, which I know might conflict with some of my viewers. I know I got a bunch of friends from across the pond, so maybe catch the VODs in the morning. But yeah, I'm excited about all my game projects to start. I have my D&D module that I've been creating. Um, I have my Daggerford campaign that I need to figure out how I'm going to present it, because right now I'm on the fence I don't know if y'all have been looking in the Dungeon Alchemist Discord, but Mac and Wim have been giving us sneak peeks and previews, and they can't do that to me because I see that they're going to give us double story, multi-story map editing with layer detail and stuff. This tool is coming. They're already working on it. So I'm like, dude, I don't want to make Daggerford the city, the build, until I can do that. I was waiting so I could have different shaped buildings because in Daggerford there's plenty of like they sandwich buildings in between alleyways and stuff sometimes in cities. There's a lot of buildings like that in curious shapes. So I was like, oh, I'll wait till we can do the room shapes and then I'll kick off with it. But now they're like the multi-level, so I'm like, oh my god, dude, I can do two-story buildings in the city. Like it's gonna be huge. It's gonna be immaculate. I want the city to feel so dense that players don't want to leave and there's enough stuff for them to do inside the city, and I think that that's entirely feasible. um, so yeah, they gave us the sneak peeks and now I'm like, dude, I think I'll just wait and put that off a little bit longer, which is fine because I think I have the modules going to be coming up sooner than late, and I'm going to be playtesting that, and that's going to take some time, and there's going to be some editorials that come along with it. So boom, boom. It wouldn't be in here. It would be in craft, right? Oh, cooking equipment. There we go. Maybe we try this one. Yes, this is the one we need. I'm just trying to sandwich these in here just ever so that we don't see those quirks. That's all I'm trying to do here. What's up with you, Storm? Did we nail anything down as far as a campaign and like what's going on? Or actually, I mean, you were the we ended with the kind of like the premise that like it really depends on the party, which is I think my preferred way to handle things. Have a world that exists and has say a neutral function, but then when you are presented with your players in your party, that world is now changes, and that changes can solely up to how the party influences it, right? So you can almost think of it like an equation where the equation will always equal 1, but now you add the party in and the equation equals 3, ending 4, ending 5, right? Very much the same premise for Daggerford as well, which is I did like a lot of fleshing of the story and the characters and the NPCs and what's going on and how people might feel and think about that. And then it all just sits there and it waits for the party to come in and interact with it. Is that a cat? Is a little gato sleeping on the steel pot? It's just a little gato. 4 large pots. We need to do some chests. It's a chest we haven't done yet. Storage. They have the means, the resources, the reasons to go to war against our staring down. So the only justification there. And, well, maybe we can try and think about it a little bit differently this time around. I think yesterday we spent a lot of time discussing like logistics and like economic issues, right? Stuff like that. Um, resource, power struggles, stuff like that. What if this is something different? What if this is a bit more of like an emotional trigger, right? Maybe the king or the ruler of Roa just recently had a newborn child, right? And they don't want to go to war because they fear for the safety of their newborn. And maybe you can go a step further and say they haven't had any children, and this is their one and only heir that they were allowed to have. Um, maybe that's the rationale. Maybe it's something similar but different. Maybe they have a sick mother that they don't want to start a war because that might interfere with medicine supply lines because there's a specific medicine that their mother needs, and they want to make sure they can spend time with their mother in her time of need. Right? Maybe there's like an emotional response that warrants Roa not wanting to go to war. I don't know. I just thought I'm on a different tune today. I thought maybe we could try to look at things a little different. One, two. Yeah, yeah. So if it's only that sole individual, I think maybe an emotional response is makes a lot of sense, right? Everybody in the room's like, dude, you have more than enough reasons and more than enough power to do this. Why wouldn't you, right? But behind the scenes, privately, this person it has an entirely different agenda, which could be to a family member, could be to a child, it could be. I mean, we could go further. Maybe it's not an emotional response. Maybe it's a physical response. Maybe the ailment is the emperor. Maybe their mind isn't at ease. Maybe they're sick. Maybe they have early onset Alzheimer's or something of the sort, right? And they're acting irrationally almost. Other reasons outside of the emperor himself as to why the country is not going to war. Hmm. So we'll try to change the focus off of the emperor and think about it a different way. Hmm. I don't know. It's hard because I feel like Roa has a lot of reason to go to war. There's it's hard to justify them not doing that. They're a nation, you know, that has been like from a medieval standpoint, there'd be a lot of justification to just to wage war there. So we have to find something else. I don't like how this is looking. It's this one that bothers me. That looks so much better. This one will be crooked. Um, I mean, there could be something happening in their kingdom that requires immediate attention. That could be rationale. Say some geographic thing happened, a fissure broke in the middle of one of their cities. They're currently experiencing drought. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's fueled enough. From what I know, the setting's fueled enough for Roa to have ample reasons to go to war. You know, why wouldn't they? They're the strongest standing force at the current time. Like it's a prime opportunity. Um, but yeah, maybe there's something more pressing at hand. Maybe there's a celestial calling or a drought that's happening. Perhaps there's a religious wave of peaceful people in the kingdom that are protesting, right? Maybe there's this new church order that has convinced the masses to call for peace, right? Against like maybe like the hippies are in the streets with signs and posters like saying no war, we won't go to war, right? And the king's pressed to make a decision. I love how these pots are literally the same pots too. They got the same handles. There you go. I wanted to get that bit like straighter. Um, that's all fine and dandy. Woodworking bench. Uh, Let me make these smaller. The pots that I had to make so big are kind of cutting into the original design a bit. Just fine. I'm gonna fit 4 of these in here. Just like so. Who's that rummaging around in the back there? Right? Isn't this just as fun? Is this like just placing all these assets, just like cataloging the warehouse? It's so enjoyable, just hanging out with y'all. Let's see. Ooh, that's another way I can try to hide it. Hmm. Actually, you know what I could also do? I'm gonna be putting a desk here, so it's gonna cover up most of this. So I think I can get away with just not covering up with these things and covering up with the desk instead. Which is gonna be easier and it's gonna fix my space problem over here, because these are just too big. Like so. And now these can come into where they're supposed to be, which is off of the barrels as such. Right? Look at how nicely that fits. Hey, Ricky! What's going on? We got all the homies in the chat. Hope everyone's having a beautiful day. These are like we get the nicest days at the end of the summer here. It's sunny, it's not too hot, but it's hot enough that like you want to be outside and maybe go and be about. Okay, here we go. What's ChatGPT suggest? AI has entered the chat. Suggests is economic dependency, magical disadvantage, conflicting information about the capabilities of the enemy. Um, yeah, yeah. Those are back to like socioeconomic issues. Are they at a magical disadvantage? And they seem to be a rather powerful country, so like, why would they be? Why? Yeah, why would they? Would I don't appear to know any disadvantages that I've been given. So like maybe there are, and we need to share those, right? But yeah, I thought it'd be fun maybe to kind of switch it up a little bit, because you kind of have the rest of the world running off of these very rigid kind of socioeconomic stances, right? Which makes the most sense, which is how most rulers and countries are, right? But it's not always the case, right? So we're still, humanoids at the end of the day, and we have feelings and emotions, and sometimes those can drive us to do things, right? So I thought it might be a fun rationale, or a fun change of pace, to maybe try to find some other reason, which really I think is like entirely up to you. It could be anything, right? What's going on in the Emperor of Roa's head? What is their life like? What is their history been? Yeah, yeah. So it's like the kingdom is poised and ready to be conquering, and this is their moment. This is their chance. So I think you need a rather strong reason for them to not. This is the woodworking bench, I believe. And this is going to cover so nicely. Oh, yes, and we can put my Heimwerk in. There we go. Yeah, yeah, there you go. You could, I mean, again, like the idea that you're kind of that we're trying to create is like this kettle that's about to boil over, right? Everything's kind of pushed up to this point, and then the tipping over is the party tipping it over, right? So perhaps the adventurers find some crazy mineral deposit, and they decide to tell the Kingdom of Roa. Um, perhaps they accidentally start a fight in a bar and then on a border town, and stuff spins out of control, and now there's tension on the border, which leads to war. Something like that could be a concept. I gotta do another desk over here. Trying to squeeze these boxes over as much as I can. Um, this works. And I kind of like them being like smushed in a bit as far as they can go. Gives it a more warehousey feel. Like they've been like kind of like worked with, sorted around a bit. Um, let's see, an open book, a candelabra, and ink quill. Let's see. Perfect. Yeah, 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 for sure. I think leave it there at a catalyst point. I mean, you could even, I mean, it's justifiable to have like a set list, right? You could have say D10 options of what you think are rational responses for a lot of this stuff, and you could just give it a roll on the die. Completely viable. And say, hey, we're doing 9 this time, right? And then add 10 more and say, hey, now it's a D20 of ideas. Or I think a better point would be to be reactionary to like what your party thinks is important, and try to focus more or less on what they are what they're diving into. You know what I mean? All right, surround the wooden bench with wood planks. Wood. Mm, there are more beams than there are planks. I'm gonna go grab those other beams. There you go. I think it's nice to have a couple like firm ideas like that too, firm cases that don't require much thought. Beautiful new beams that I believe are by SAC. I believe these are by SAC. These beams, and they're what I love about these beams is they're categorized in V1, V2, which is all the wood tones that we have already kind of at our disposal. So they did a good job with that, I think. Why are you so high, beam? The heck? Oh, no shit. I'm getting tripped out by the handle, but like it's not a handle. It's like a weird up and down thing. Scatter, put another group there. Scatter. Like right here. The space to walk between the two. Yeah, for sure. I mean, prep at your own pace. I mean, there's, as I always say, it's like inspiration's tough to come by. Like sometimes it's not there. So it's like same thing when you're world building. You can't just like always have endless ideas, right? It's not practical. So be kind to yourself as you create your world. And like for example, like I've been prepping Daggerford for over a year now. I had the ideas for it like a year and a half ago. I started working on it about a year ago. I've put like 6 to 8 months of like hard like book to paper, work and into it. Still haven't even started the campaign. Haven't even made the maps for it. We'll get to it when my brain says we're ready to be there. Oh, this is looking great. Let's check it out from the side. You know what? Let's just get rid of this. Hungry Cobalt, thanks for showing up. What's going on, my friend? Yeah, we'll just do stacks of their own accord. Yeah, for sure. I like doing walkthroughs a lot. Like if I'm doing bigger stuff, just like get the feel and the vibe. It might be good to do in this warehouse now that I got it stacked up a little bit. Yeah, right. So like we spend a lot of time building our worlds. It's a lot. There's a lot. And like also it's like we can't full time do the work, right? It's impressive how much work we can get done when we have to do 40 hours of it every week. But we definitely don't have 40 hours of it every week at home. So it could be 5 hours this week and 2 hours next, and then zero, and then 10. Good to hear you're vibing. Me and Stormy just chatting. We're all just kind of hanging out today. Yeah, that definitely helps. Definitely helps. I've been able to get a lot of work done in that regard. The only thing that's really been holding me back the past year is just like my physical health, right, from recovery. So here we are. Ignore the layer trace. Ignore the wagons pull up. You can load them. In the warehouse. Oh, I hate. It's ruining my walkthrough. It's ruining it. Here we go. That should feel a bit better. Some warehouse vibes. Nice, nice. Yeah, it's good to have a game like that. But honestly, that's where. Well, I'm just waiting for the module because the module is going to be that. The module is going to be everything's already been prepped, discussed, and prepared. We're play testing, specific encounters and stuff that we want, to see in the module. Very rigid in that regard. Um, so as the DM, it should be very easy to operate in that regard. What are you working on, Hungry Cobalt? Do you got any projects for us this week? Just make sure that those are the same level. Little sewage grates. All right, we gotta do this corner. I think this corner is where I'll leave space for the stairwell. If I ever need to, I can put one in over. I don't know. I might just say no stairs. What? What is this? What is going on with this? What is this? There's an anchor. There's more cabbage. What is this? I already did the skull one here. We have some Easter eggs in the. Yeah, I think a lot of people get hung up on the reading and the memorizing of the module, right? And I definitely think it's something that I was intimidated by, and I think still I am a little bit. It's not my preferred brain method, right? Like wasn't the type of person in high school that would read the textbooks, comprehend the information, write notes down, and remember all the details, right? That was never me. I was the type of person that would ignore the textbook, pay attention in class, ask leading questions, have diverse conversation about the topic, and then come test time, I can write a very descript, dis, like description of that time period or what had happened in the story. I can pull the moral out of the story or the values out of a book, right? Can I tell you, what the names of every character were and, like what the town was that they went to in the first chapter? No, I didn't care about any of that. So as a DM, reading the module has always been intimidating or tough or difficult for me, which is why I try to find other ways to go about it. Um, I think a lot of people opt for just going full homebrew like you're doing, just make your own world from start to finish. And I tried to opt for a different alternative, um, as I feel like I wanted to do something different, right? Something that would stand out a little bit. Um, and I feel like there's like this void or this gap of D&D lore that's just not used anymore because we all just do our homebrew whatever, right? Um, and it's almost like sad. I'm just like, oh, there's all these cool stories and like maps and just like places that already exist. And so with my project, I tried doing something a little bit different, which is like use the lore that would make the modules, but have my own world and have my own homebrew setting inside that information, right? And how I achieved that was finding an area in the D&D universe that wasn't overly dense, that has conflict, has attention, has, reason, socioeconomic status, right? Um, but it's a very small, intimate setting in that regard. So Daggerford is that. It's a city in between two very big major cities. It's a stopping point for a lot of quests and modules. It's a starting point for a few modules as well. But nobody ever really stays in Daggerford for an extended period of time. However, the city is full of people, a few thousand people, right? Um, that have a life and have an experience and are just watching all these adventures and all these parties and big important people come through their town and all this like these bad things had happening to the place that they live and call home. And I thought it was like a very nice place that I could dig into the lore, which wasn't too daunting at all. And there's actually quite a lot of it on fandom, and that was like accessible for me to kind of sink my teeth into. So, um, yeah, I thought it was really nice. I really liked the approach that I took, and I feel like there's a lot of other places on the D&D map that kind of exist in that idea, that concept. And yeah, I mean, my last campaign, or I guess I should say the campaign before. Daggerford was do 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 was in the Roaring Desert, which was the same concept as Daggerford. You know, like a place that has some history but not too much, and that I can kind of manipulate to my own will a bit. Um, but it was too far. It was too isolated, I thought, and I wanted to get something that was a bit more. Hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm hanging out here just in case anybody, kind of has any questions or stuff. Oh, now I can't. Oh no, I grabbed it now. Nice. What's going on, Kraken? How you doing? Just kind of bopping along in this commission here. I'm getting to like past halfway. I called halfway, but I'm not like really halfway yet. A globe? Like a world, like one whole world, and is in a globe. No, no, I've never gone that far. I think that'd be a surmountable task to create one whole world. I've done like regions. I've done large regions in times past. I don't know if you're familiar with Mike's World, the Wilderness Beyond, but that's a very large regional map. So DA kinda can do large scale maps a bit. You gotta like scale your assets down and change things around a bit, but it's possible. And I think DA looks really good when you do it. Like you can check out on my TikTok or on my Patreon, you can find the Mike's World map. It's like it looks really good. Oh my god, dude. These new abstracts, I can't grab them the right way because they have their rounded edges. I'm just like struggling so hard. But they're gorgeous. The stained glass are gorgeous. What are you working on, Kraken? Nice. What are you making? In Blender? How big is how many pixels? 42,000. That's fair for a fair amount. It's not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Any Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a lot. It's a decent amount of pixels. I didn't want to say a lot because like you're not in the millions yet, you know. So okay. Oh my god, I can't. I got it. Word, word. And this is for anything specific, a world or like that you're playing in, or just a fun project. Nice, we love it. Um, cool. Dude, these stained glass windows are taking so much more time than I want them to, just because I can't grab the freaking thing inside. Yeah, yeah, I'm working. Actually, I can stream for you if you want to see. Popped up there. I'm on Twitch and Kick right now, but no, I'm on Discord. Um, did I get it? Nice. I just want to bring these forward so that they have more light on the inside here. Oh god, I freaking made it uneven. Oh, the whole thing's been uneven. Gosh. If anybody in chat has meddled with stained glass when has any tips for how to grab these things better? This decanter? Yeah, I guess scaling wise, I could probably go and touch that up a bit. Thanks for the heads up. I do remember making the glass smaller, which would definitely call for making the decanter smaller as well. There we are. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go here. Let's get this in. Perfect. No. Come here, you. Ah. Pop. I'm gonna stop fooling around with these. They're starting to frustrate me. They're there for placeholders. I need to light them because they're stained glass, right? So they're letting light in and such, but um as a what? Huh, interesting. No, I do not know how to do that. I would normally come in with like either sacks, lighting orbs, or just some candlelight that I would have hidden. I have to do something like this. Make it so tiny you can't see it. And just give it some studio light. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Well, DA's anything's really possible if you can make it as an STL file and do what you need to do. Yeah. Here, let me show you what assets. What I was talking about with the lights. So like I know you can create rendering light items and such and stuff like that. There we go. I wasn't searching. Man, I'm getting hot. Dude. I got to switch shirts. Sack swords. Yeah, so it's these little disco ball lights, omnidirectional lights. Yeah, Sack's been churning out so many useful things for us. So it's a little gray ball, but you can program it to emit light like any other thing. See what I'm saying? So it's definitely possible. You could have to probably like merge two of those things. Hmm. Word, word, word. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's definitely an idea. We'll see. I'm not really too familiar with like behind the scenes asset creation stuff. So that's stuff that I'd all have to be learning how to do. Let's see, stairs. But I love it, and it's definitely exciting to kind of have that aspect of DA where it's like, yeah, you're kind of beholden to these assets, but you can just make them. You can add more. Or like even like if it's as simple as like downloading STL files from like Hero Forge, right? Like there's places that you can acquire STLs for. You could literally go shop for STLs if you wanted and import them into DA. Like you go buy somebody's work. So yeah, yeah, you can like the sky's kind of the limit in that regard. Um, I personally I try to stay like within the wheelhouse of like what DA offers for stock. Um, for commissions, I tend to go looking out for free assets because there's like commissions tend to have more specific features that I don't want to skip on. It's like these wooden beams. I was like, I need actual wood planks to put in here. There's a few more things I could probably go shopping around for, but these carpets from Normandy, beautiful red carpets, which I think just in general DA doesn't have a nice royal red carpet, so these things are awesome. Let's see. Another thing for my world building, every 2,000 years a blood moon appears, causing the apocalypse, leading to many deaths. And I'm considering that the moon is a prison for the original deity of death. This would explain in my setting why during the appearance of the blood moon, that the more death happens, the sooner the apocalypse happens. You gotta fill the blood meter, baby. I love it. And what I love about that is it's a very mechanical type idea in which if you had a murder hobo party or an evil party that increased the amount of death, you could accumulate that and have something like an event like that, happen much sooner, right? Very cool idea from Stormy Snow. I need long, skinny stairs. But these ones don't come with a thing. Ew, driftwood stairs, not for this build. Wrong build. These ones. That is a fair question that you might want to put. That is a fair idea. I don't know. That is something that you probably would have to ask the devs. And maybe someone has or has not done it. I think I'm just gonna merge these stairs as such. I didn't put any other stairs in here, so I think maybe having one double. You think? Where you got one, two, there's three in here. I don't know if these are. They look like they're ascending, and then they turn here right before the first floor, which we can just ignore. Yeah, I'm trying to. This is the map that the dungeon master had been using, and they want to kind of merge all the different battle maps that they've been using to kind of this setting, this village here. So I've been able to kind of match. Yeah, 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 and like kind of like join the thematic, so like all the buildings are one almost. Um, I was able to like kind of match the outside aesthetic side, no roofs, which you already agreed upon, no roofs. Until DA does a fun with roofs patch. It's just entirely too much work to do. It's not practical. I don't even know if I have a wood tone to match that to hide the stair. They're non-existent. There's, everything's done by hand. Yeah, I don't hate it. Get it off the axis. I can slide it in. I might hate this. Meh. Just leave it. Sure, yeah. I'm probably gonna be taking a break here. What am I getting? Yeah, just over an hour. Hey, take it easy, Kraken. Yeah, what you got, Jammy? Are you? Hold on. Damn challenge. You wouldn't happen to be Zentic, would you? Putting up all those sci-fi maps? Or are you working on your own sci-fi maps? Let's see. No, okay. There's so much. So, oh, dude, that's awesome. I'm so excited, dude. We have so many of you sci-fi heads that have been like really like pushing the bounds of what DA can do. It's awesome. It's so cool. I'm glad there's one more. Yeah. What are you working on, my friend? Yeah, this warehouse looks dope. And Kraken's right. These stairs are a little nice. I don't think they're too nice. I don't think they're too nice. They're all wood. No golden frills. I'm gonna step away while I read your little jazz here. Oh, I should probably save too. Let's see. 1,000 years ago, World War started and it never ended. 500 years ago, Earth was destroyed by a mix of nuclear bombs and magic. There are three official factions: the Kingdom Alliance, the Central Empire, and the United Allies. These free factions are currently in a fight over the planet Mars. Their goal is to take over leadership of everybody from Earth and terraform Mars into a safe place for everyone to live. Most people who don't serve in the war effort are treated pretty poorly. Very militaristic type mentality. We're talking for the Empire. We're talking like Warhammer 40k vibes. Yup, okay. I see you. So where do the players come in? How do they how are they presented in your world? Is there like a certain like a mission that you start them on, a faction that they join, or future space? Have you heard about the Warhammer nation, Stormy? Like Warhammer 40k universe is literally just permanent war forever. It's like the opposite rules of globalization, where it's like globalization normally like brings peace, but there's been so much globalization, it's now like solar systemization, and there's all these creatures and new powers that be that are just like, no, like it's war forever. It's a never-ending war in Warhammer, and that's the first vibe I got from it was like for the Empire, for war. But yes, a fair question, Stormy. What's your answer, Jambit? We're very curious about this world. Do tell. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Okay, so at least you know like what I'm talking about, right? Not to say that your point is invalid, but just to say like I feel there's ample reasons in a futuristic spacey type vibe, with global uh, universal. It's hard to describe this. Normally, uh, with a galactic. That's the word I'm looking for. With galactic races, right? It's hard. It's a lot easier to be like, oh, there's their entire planet got destroyed, so therefore this race has literally no choice but to find a new planet. And guess what's on other planets? More people. Um, when you get on a galactic level, you can really start changing, those ideas, those plot points, and just like exaggerate them almost. Jammy's typing away, I bet. We'll give them a moment to respond. Yeah, yeah, I'm in Dungeon Alchemist Discord. Hop in if that's an easier avenue for you to chat. I'm the same way. I have shoulder issues, and I have uh, chronic nerve pain, so typing tends to be a little difficult of an avenue for me to kind of discuss things, which is why I kind of like streaming because I can just chat, from my microphone. Let me check. I should be still be in DA users. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm over there. And also, just so you know, your voice won't be broadcasted as well. I'll relay everything to our friend Stormy. You did say a bit shy, so just to encourage you a bit more. Hi. Yeah, it should be. I should. I thought I had all that managed out, but yeah. What's up? How you doing? Right? That's what it feels like. I thought I like trimmed everything down and shut it off, and they just do whatever they want anyways. Is what I kind of took. Okay. An evil emperor. So there's still conflict on Earth. They're all okay. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of no, no, that's exactly where my brain was going. Like you kind of split the axis and then like destroyed Earth, and now they're all in space, but there's still like some battle lines drawn in the sand, essentially. And so, are they fighting amongst themselves? Hmm. Okay, okay, and so, uh, so where are these people held up in the solar system? Do have these ships like traveled to other solar systems? What is technology at? Okay, so this is all inside our Milky Way. Nothing past Pluto. So even more intimate than that. Space orcs. Uh huh. Mm. Okay. 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 So everyone. So Earth destroyed, and they all kind of like scattered to their own part of. So, I guess my next. I have a lot of questions. Um. No, you found the neurodivergent friendly stream. We have fast brains over here. We love it. So okay, first question would be like, what do resources look like? A lot of times, me and Stormy will get into the weeds about like the socioeconomic standing and stuff. So like, how do these factions in the Earth solar system acquire resources? What does that look like? Um, okay, okay. So, interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So a lot of those, the minutia of those things, and they'd all have to be procured, right? So, okay. Interesting. Okay, what about like metals and stuff like that? Do they are they just like kind of recycling on what they have? Mining on asteroids. Okay, interesting. Cool. Yeah, no, totally. Totally. And if you have the means in which to, extract them. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Okay, next question. Um are there other factions? Like is there neighboring powers from like outside our solar system that are, interacting or conflicting? Okay. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, get us into some fun. Okay, mind flayers and astral elves. Are do they those are two separate factions? No, you're fine. You're fine. Oh, cart, cart. Yeah, look at these. They have all this technology at their fingers, and look at them just fighting among themselves like slobs. Yes. Astral elves. I love it. Yeah, yeah, very nice. Cool. And so, like, time frame wise, as far as like the mind flayers, or we can call them the aberrants, maybe. Um, do is that like happening now? Is that something that like they're on their way? Okay, so they're waiting in the wings. Okay. Yeah, this is so good, right? Mistra. Okay. And who is this that she's meddling with? The Warforged. Okay. Oh, so she keeps saying, oh, okay, okay, okay. Kind of made them self-aware. The Warforged. Yeah. huh. Oh, gee. Because yeah, it's because it's backfiring on them now for making the Warforged. Okay, cool, interesting. So there's some players in the wings. Yeah. Mm. Bada bing. Another question. Is there a feasible route in which the humans decide that they need to team up? Okay. Fair enough. Yes, humanoids. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. Yep. Yep. Love it. Okay, cool. This is like it's like baby. It's not Warhammer 40K. It's like Warhammer like 3000. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, or in general, that whole process will take several thousands of years to have galactic conquest. But you know, what else are the Astro Elves doing with their time, right? What else is the Aberrants doing? Yeah. Fun times. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so yeah, it's like God Emperor status. We're talking here. Hmm. Nice, nice, awesome. This is yes, yeah, very cool, very cool. We love Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. And then like, how did where do the players come in? I think is another question I like to ask is like, how do you present them into the world? You know? Okay. 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 Well, where are they from? Where are they from? Can they come from like different factions? How do you answer that? Because you know, like the ships are separated and they're at war, so you know there isn't free travel between the ships. Do you start them in a certain nation or? Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, so you start them in the orc faction, which is a bit more, you know, open. And then are they like, are they? You know, they're not mercenaries, but you know, for all intents and purposes, they are mercenaries. Do they have? Do you start them off with like a ship? Do they have robot captain? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. Fun. Fun. A couple chairs. Let's see. Chairs and tables, and I'm almost done with the warehouse here. Yeah. Awesome. Love it. A little suspended reality. And I definitely think there's probably a room for, like other types of stories that could come into a world like so vast. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Fair enough. Very very intense. Yeah, yeah. Sure. Nice, nice, cool. We love it. Mm. And that's how it be, yeah. Yeah, yeah. The explanation enough right there, right? Okay, okay. A little less on my man's Poe Dameron, okay? Excellent pirates are excellent pilots are necessary. Nice. So it comes with their own little ship. They get a ship. Cool enough. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. I think it's nice to have, especially because one thing we got to remember is like when we create a new world such as this, as vast as the whole galaxy, right? It's good to help our players with a little bit of that thematic, and if at the very least your backgrounds just help people understand what types of people would exist in this world, then that's a good thing, you know. So yeah, I think so you have some awesome stuff there. Cool enough. Nice. Yeah. That's no fun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Now that you mention it. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. That's crazy. Huh. Hmm. Oh, and what happens to their sentience is my question. Is there a split sentience that they're warforged human or humanoid? Okay, okay. Not yet. Not yet. Uh, yeah, yeah. Sneaky. Mm-hmm. I love the integration of like science and like nuclear weapons into magic, and I think that's a really cool concept to play around with, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So cool. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, nice. It's a resource in and of itself. And he doesn't know that. It's the best. Plot points. Got it. Sign you up. Say less. Did you want some trauma? Here's some trauma. Love it. Love it. Mm. Yes. 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 I guess yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Interesting. Yeah. 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 Super soldier. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah, no, it's great to pull on inspiration from other things, and I think your explanation is spot on. Like if we were in this futuristic place, there would be like a Spartan warrior in some aspect, some super warrior that we would use for elite missions, but like also this is a world of magic, right? So they would be integrated with magic, and they would be very Witcher-esque, very future Witcher. Because it's very early in your time frame as well, which I like. That it's like things are forming, and these things are becoming into existence. Hmm. it's, it's it's so Master Chief. Yeah, it's so Master Chief with epic music in the background. Doom guy. I like Doom guy. That's the Doom guy in this universe. There's always some Doom guy somewhere, right? It's more of like an adage, or just like a player type. Like it's BBG, but like the reverse of it. Hmm. Nice. They listen to his advice through memoirs that are like holograms. The Red Rebel. Tell me about the Red Rebel. Hmm. Yeah, you're saying you're a bit blind. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, yeah. Homebrew, open world. There's definitely plenty of things you can do, right? Like you got, and that's my favorite way to kind of world build too. Is like this like kind of like a la carte way of thinking, where you're like, hey, like here's several options. What are you feeling today? Yeah, 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 for sure. Well, that's what I was saying before. Like like your world is like it's so vast that there's, and even in the D&D world, there's endless, backstories and lore drops that you can use, right? There's even more in a galactic type, setting as we see here. Yeah. You have a demigorgon in your verse? Nice. Yeah, be chaos. Beep beep beep. Mhm. Ooh. Mhm. Mhm. On Earth. Nice. So Earth is very danger. Will Robinson. Yeah, yeah. We're telling you one thing, which is kind of correct, but in reality, there's a bigger problem. Nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, right? It's something that's very much out of their power. Just blah! Cool, cool. Huge, huge background here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool, cool. Awesome. Cool. I think I definitely got a great idea, insight into what your world is. Do you make maps for it with DA? You do? Yeah. So like, what are the types of maps you make? Do you make like more intimate like battle maps? Do you like have like a space map? Is it bigger? Yeah. It- yeah. Show me some stuff. I'm intrigued. Word. And I'm gonna be finishing up here soon, anyways. One moment. I just gotta finish this one little stroke here. And then I think I'm gonna call it on this map for a hot minute. Yeah, we're at 1:30. We definitely got 2 hours of solid work in today. We love it. Client's happy. Double save because you know, neurotic. Okay, let's see what you've made here. Nice. So this is just one of the floors on the space station. I love it. Cool. Um, have you added Asmodeus? Oh, look, you got some shirts and stuff in here. That's good. Have you added any of Asmo's plushies that they just made? You said shopping district. Maybe do a little plushie rack somewhere. Cool. Love it. Love it. Cool. Cool. I'd like to, if you have any like. Oh, right. You said you do them on a different. You do smaller maps on DA. Word. Word. Yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. Feel you on the assets. You got to be smart about what you use. Oh, check this place out. Yes. What is this? Where is this? Okay. Love it. The solar system projector. Oh, that's fire. That's so cool, my dude. Yeah, dude. I really haven't done a wink of like sci-fi stuff, but it looks really good. It looks really cool. Oh, look, a little play area for the kids. Oh, the TV in the corner. That's awesome. All right, my dude. Thanks for sharing, but I do need to take off for lunch, and I got some more errands I gotta run. So I am shutting down for the day. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, yeah. We'll talk soon. Take it easy. And goodbye to everybody on the stream as well. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate your follows. Uh, we are 6, 10. So we're getting very close to finishing this map. I shot for 12 hours, but I think it's going to be like 12:14. I might need 2 more streams to finish this map. So I definitely think we'll be right about close where I want to be. So that's fun. Yeah, thank you, Jamie. We'll take it easy. Everybody, take care. Peace.